Hello and welcome back to the World of AI podcast. I'm here again with our co-host André Stamm. Hi André.
Hi Mona, how are you?
I'm great. And we have some
That's fine.
updates. So last week we spoke about Apple and how they want to integrate with OpenAI. And as you have seen it coming, right, something happened immediately. What happened? Do you know?
What happens? It's just that what we said. There was an error within the program from ChatGPT, and all the chats were not encrypted on the computer. It's all open so that every other software can read and learn from the chats as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not good. And that is exactly that what Apple was addressing in the keynote, that they make a security firewall around the system. And now that's happened in the software. And that's, from my point of view, it's really normal because the software is still in beta. It's not released. It's still a test version. So the developer can figure that out. And currently the programmers are doing the software, so it's human that there will be a mistake. That's normal.
Yeah. I mean, it's true. I mean, again, like this was of course catchy right at the beginning. Of course, like it looks like do do do, like we said it right. However, again, this is normal in software development, and I think everybody whoever has developed software, worked with software, used software knows that there is something called bugs. Not features, bugs. That's an insider joke for any IT people
Yes.
out there, right? So a bug is something that's not supposed to happen, right? It's just a thing that something that slipped through. In this case, it looks like some security features were not strengthened, and basically it was stored in plain text. And this is fixed now already. So again, this is normal in the development of software. So, but media like to hype that up, right? And say like, look at this, like it happens all the time in IT. Calm down. However, it did raise a point, right? So we talked last week about the security functionalities and I mean, AI is a really powerful tool. We talked about previously how Elon Musk is very careful about, he said we should have included some frameworks for how do we want to regulate AI before we actually unleashed it out of the box. However, now we are where we are. So the question is, how do we regulate it? How do we regulate it in a way that it is not killing the entire innovation? Versus how do we regulate it to protect us as humanity at the end of the day, right? And I think this is a pretty complex balancing act. And I mean, Andre, what do you think? What's the best way going forward for that? I mean, we are not politicians. We don't have to decide it. We just throw in our opinion, right, and say how do we think it should be done. So let's just share our opinions. What do you think?
Yeah, is there the right way? So we are at the beginning of a new technology. So we need to figure out what is the best way. There are new companies rising up with new ideas, with new features we didn't see with ChatGPT. We will talk about it as well. So we need the new development. We really need that, and the new testing. And the first step is regulating the companies who are at the top edge and who are making all the new stuff, what is really possible with the system. And sometimes they are going too far because they are very curious and can we do that? Can we do that? And there are some lines which should not be crossed. But if we are regulating all the companies, as you said, we will stop the innovation. And we need the innovation because we are at the beginning of a new computer cycle at this point, and we need the innovation. So that is one part everybody talks about. We need regulations for the big companies, for Apple, for ChatGPT, for OpenAI, however, Google. Um, Maybe there's another way, Mona, as well. Do you see the other
Absolutely.
way? We just talked about that. What could be the other way?
Absolutely. I mean, instead of regulating big companies only, because that really also limits the responsibility to the companies, right? I think this is a little bit too short thought because it's changing quick at the moment. So one of the points that we discussed before we started the recording is, why don't we regulate use cases? So why don't we regulate what we don't want to happen, instead of saying, okay, the companies have to fulfill the following responsibilities, rather than doing that, saying, okay, which cases do we actually want to avoid, and then regulating these cases, which would be much more, I would say, goal-oriented, which is something we like in corporates, right? And in businesses in general, like, goal orientation. You just
Yeah,
wanted to
it's
say
goal
something, I
orientation,
think.
and it's a normal way we are just it's a normal way we are just doing all the other stuff, because we have a new tool, and we have the same with the in the past with all the good tools we have. We have a hammer or something like that. So that is a tool, and we have use cases how we can use this tool, and we can also use this tool to harm other people, and that's forbidden. So that is a use case. It's not allowed to use this tool for that. And we just put this concept of use cases to the AI part as well, and then we have a very good way to do it in the right way, and not limiting the companies. We will not harm human other people. We will not. It's not allowed to make a deep fake so that the AI will impose on other people and any anyone. And also the crime acts with make phone calls and to steal money or whatever. That's still that's forbidden. That's it.
Yeah, and I think looking at this point, we don't even have to change that many regulation, because already today it is forbidden to impersonate other people. So whether you use AI or
Yeah.
not doesn't even matter. Like, this is something you are anyway not supposed to do. It's forbidden to basically resemble to other people. Like, if you for example manipulated pictures before, that was also before already forbidden. So you wouldn't even need necessarily new regulation per se, because that is already regulated. You may have to think about some gray zones. I mean, these are conversations that are currently ongoing, like with copyright, right? Who has the copyright if it was generated by a machine? That's a bit the gray zone right now. So maybe there is not a rule for that yet. But usually, I mean, as always, I think in the history of our mankind, usually, and this is it's a flaw, but it's also the nature of the things. Regulation comes in after something happened. I think that's always the case. When we see something happens
Yeah,
we don't
yeah.
like, then we have to think about a law to prevent that. And I think that's even
It's
more
a
in the
race.
US and
So
the UK, right, than in the rest of the world. Yeah. Go ahead.
the very important question is who is responsible for the AI? Who takes this up? So that's the same with the copyright. You can say, okay, I didn't. The AI did it, so I'm fine. I'm not responsible for that. But at the end of the day, the operator of the tool is responsible for the tool. And now we need to get clear who is responsible for the operating of the AI, of this special AI, or if of this instance of an AI. That is also a concept where we need to be very clear. We can use OpenAI ChatGPT or Copilot um, with a good way, and another person use the same tool in a wrong way. That's two different AIs. The name is the same, the technology is the same, but they are different, and that is also very important to consider.
And you mentioned before we started recording a really
Uh,
interesting idea on, like, you have a powerful machine with AI. So what could be one solution on how do we regulate the people who are using it incorrectly, or the AIs who are misused, right? How could they be found out or identified? What did you say?
Yeah, I said we have we was at the point that the AI is so fast and quick, and that we are running behind of that. So I said, why we are not using the same tool to monitoring the system? So we have an AI system which is doing some stuff, and we have another AI system which is monitoring the AI system. Why not doing this way? So if we are setting up several AI systems which are monitoring each other, and then we are very secure in finding the wrong use of AI. That could be a very smart way.
So we use our CIA AI or the FBI AI specialized for identifying specific
And
crimes.
and for sure we have this system already in place on this planet.
We just don't know
I'm
about
sure.
it. And maybe that's good. Maybe that's a good thing. Sometimes we don't want to know everything
That's a
that's
good
going
thing.
on because
No, no. We will use the tools, we will use the new technology and do it. We will use it for the better for the humanity. So doing the work faster, smarter, to get more time for us to enjoy life. We can buy
absolutely.
everything. With money we can do a lot, but we cannot rebuy time. So our value is time. We are spending time, and that we will get back from new tools. Or that's about it. Okay,
Absolutely. And
so
next week
now
we are
we are
diving
talked
into how
about
you can.
the.
Go ahead.
Yes. Okay. Now we use with the use cases which are not allowed, and what more interest for our viewer and listener is what use cases can we use to what is allowed, and there we have a ton of use cases we can talk about, and we will go into this one in the next week, I guess.
Absolutely. And so, with that, we are going to leave you with some food of thought. How could the future of criminal investigation look like? How is it maybe already looking like behind the scenes? You have your fantasy going on that. And next week, we go into super practical applications on how you can use AI already today to save yourself time and really get things done faster. So, with that, as always, guys, you know the drill, right? Like, comment, share, leave us a review. As always, if you found value in this, please support this channel. Thank you so much, André. It was, as always, a pleasure.
Thank you so much, Mona, and have a great
And
week, and see you soon. Bye bye.
bye bye.